Hi, Democrats. Today is Thursday, October 28th, and it's time for the Chair's Daily Live. Happy Thursday. I've been talking this week about different ways to get involved. And I want to emphasize that running for office, I talked about this a little bit yesterday, that running for office is not the only way to get involved. We need to be involved in all manner of ways, be it through initiative or initiative petitions, referendums, getting involved in allied organizations, paying attention to what's happening, all over the state with regards to laws. There are all different ways to get involved. Yesterday in Tulsa, there was a hearing about our mayor joining in this lawsuit to try and fight McGirt some more, fighting McGirt. And I feel like you lost that one already. Let's go ahead and recognize the sovereignty of these tribal nations and kind of move on to the next thing. Why do we keep mounting fight after fight after fight? But that's another one. And there were many folks who were there on hand to express their concerns with the mayor. And that's one way to get yourself involved. This summer, Joshua Harris Till, who is the vice chair of Congressional District 5 Democrats, managed and ran a petition initiative against HB 1674, which is, kind of colloquially known as the Run Over the Protesters bill. Well, they came up short. They came up short on the number of signatures on that petition. So then the NAACP picked up the cause, worked with some attorneys out of Georgetown, and today a judge decided to prohibit some parts of that bill from being enacted on Monday when the bill was supposed to go into effect. So HB 1674 was passed through the State House and Senate and signed by our governor. And it's the bill that says that if you are fleeing for safety during a protest and you run over a protester, you don't have to worry about being criminally charged or civilly charged. Additionally, if you were the one who went down and got I can't think of what it's called, the permit for the protest, you could be charged with conspiracy. If you are blocking with a fine or a fee up to $50,000. If you are one of the folks who are blocking the highway, you could be charged with a misdemeanor with a fee or a fine up to $5,000. Let's be very clear. This bill is all about squashing freedom of speech and the right to peaceably assemble. And it's and trying to scare folks. Most of the laws, most of what we have, most of what is good about America did not come because some folks got in a room and decided. It came because some folks got in the streets and said to our elected officials, this is what is important to us. This is what is important to us. The right to peacefully protest is in our Constitution. It's flat in our Constitution. And so this bill was basically saying, you guys don't have a say. And if you try to exercise your say, we're going to slam financial penalties and we're going to make you afraid for your life. So I want to thank the judge who said, you know what, this misdemeanor and this $5,000 thing, it's ridiculous. We're not doing that. This $50,000 conspirator piece, we're not doing that. Now, be clear. They didn't say the part about running over a protester. That part's still in there. It's still in there. I'm going to say be careful, but do not let them squash your voice. Do not let them make you afraid to participate in our democracy, because that is your right as a American citizen. And shame on our Oklahoma legislators who signed on to this, and particularly shame on our governor who kind of knew better, but he signed on because it made him look super right, and I can't stand it. So there are different ways to get involved, but this thinking about this made me think about the fact that November 1st. So when laws are passed in session, most of the time they go into effect on November 1st of the same year. November 1st is when most of them, unless they insist that it is an emergency, like they did with HB 1775. HB 1775 is the bill that says we can't teach our entire history, and we have to be careful about the history that we teach as it relates to race, as it relates to gender. That is the bill. That is 1775, and I will say that the NAACP, along with the ACLU and others, are fighting that bill as well. That one was not a November 1st. That one was an emergency bill. Why? Who knows? But that's what that was. And so we've got to fix that, and we've got to calm the hyperbolic language around it. It has gotten clouded by the national conversation, but the real conversation is this: Oklahoma students deserve to have a full education. A full education. This is being talked about all over the place. But trust and believe, all over the nation, kids are still getting a full history, full social science, and we've got to make sure that happens. It's just a lot. I don't know who Mike is. I hope that I'm not reverbing with you guys. I'm speaking in a quiet tone. All right. So other laws that are going into effect on Monday. This is not a comprehensive list, but these are ones that kind of I thought I would mention. The making it illegal to dox the police. It should be illegal to dox anybody. I mean, it's just that simple. It should be illegal to dox anybody. Don't go out to social media and put somebody's personal address, their identifying information, their social security number, that kind of stuff. The only reason to do that is to intimidate somebody, and we're better than that. Anyway, be better than that, even if your instincts aren't, because it's illegal as of Monday. Don't do it. All righty. We passed a law that says Oklahoma seniors will have to pass a civics test to graduate high school. I'm just going to say that one and put no comment. We did pass a positive bill that there's an Oklahoma student borrower's Bill of Rights, so that when folks are signing away their life, it is clearly explained to them that you're going to graduate with this bachelor's degree and owe $250,000. Because it hasn't been as clear as it should have been, and people are in a lot of debt that is keeping them from, realizing the American dream. Oh gosh. There was a law. Okay, this one is my least favorite and the one that makes me very angry. So there will be about a 20-mile stretch of road in western Oklahoma named after our last president. I don't want to say his name, but it will be named after our last president. To get this passed, the legislators that put this up said, we will pay for the signage for this highway. Okay, so that was supposed to soften the blow, right? Then they snuck in another piece of that law afterwards. They snuck in another piece of the bill that says, well, we will pay for it if we can use our campaign money for it. And so now folks who have raised money to help somebody get elected are now paying for this piece of road. Now, this time last year, you had to be dead for 3 years before a highway can be named after you. So they got all carried away when they got that highway passed. Now there's going to be an interchange in Midwest City named after Senator Inhofe, who is still alive. It's just so annoying. It's not always going to be like this, But in order for it to change, we all have to be very, very active. We all need to get involved wherever we can. If there's a petition initiative that speaks to you, don't just sign it, but make sure that you signs it. Again, if you don't like your representative, be a candidate or find a candidate. If the ACLU or the NAACP reaches out to you for support on a bill that you believe in, get involved there. There are many ways that we can get involved, and we have to, and we can't just throw our hands up. I wasn't going to talk about it, but people are putting it in the chat. I wasn't going to talk about it because it breaks my heart. So yesterday, there was a stay of execution issued for John Grant and Julius Jones. And then today, the Supreme Court lifted the stay. And John Grant was scheduled to be executed today at 4 o'clock. Oklahoma is back in the business of sanctioned murder. We're back executing folks, even though we have proved that we don't know how to do it. We're not good at it. But we fought really hard to be able to sanction murder. And that's what's happening today. There just aren't a whole lot of words for it. It breaks my heart. Again, I just want to believe that we are better than this. We have to get involved, folks. We have to get involved, and we have to prove that we are better than our most fringiest elected officials. That's just what it is. Now is the time. We are in election season. We are in the height of politics. Find a candidate to support that candidate with everything that you are. Make sure that you hold them accountable to your beliefs. All righty. Thanks for joining me. I will be back tomorrow. Scott Hamilton will be taking my place tomorrow. I will be spending some time with family tomorrow. You guys have a great one. And I'll see you on Monday, but Scott will be here tomorrow at 4:15.